YouTube. Hey, thank y'all for the warm reception back. Really liking the feedback and the directness, man. I'm really appreciated to be back, and feels good to be appreciated. We all know how that is. But I do got a special guest, another special guest. She graces us with her presence once a week now, and she wants to grace us with her presence once again. Come on, little butt.
Okay. Hi everyone, it's Nick and Khalil. Don't eat too much peanut butter because it will make you fat again. Bye now. I'll see you next week.
Thank you, little butt. Yeah, so she is very adamant about making sure we stay fit, y'all. She don't want us eating no too much peanut butter because she saw what it did to her daddy, and she don't want it happening to you guys. So with that being said, I tend to think quite a bit these days. Like when I was in the gym today, I was listening to one of the fitness trainers who on TikTok, and I love his content because like he's specifically, I think, he was specifically aiming to help women. And I actually respect that because it takes a special person to really just specifically want to help women. And I mean, it's harder for women to lose the body fat and the weight because they're meant to hold the fat because of bearing children and everything. So for me, I don't think emotionally I've gotten to that point yet to where I can like really sympathize and get to that level emotionally with a woman because I don't understand what it's like to have a child. I don't understand what it's like to go through those different emotions and everything. So I don't really feel like I can be much of a help from a emotional standpoint like I do to you guys. It's easier for me to say, hey man, suck it up because I know how easy it is for us to lose, to gain and drop weight. But for women, it's a little bit different. And I don't want to step into an arena to where I don't feel like I can even compete because you can't compete where you don't compare. And I can't ever compare to the strength of a woman because they have children, they deal with heartbreak better than we do. And they're very different, right? But it was a post on one of his pages that said, the scale ain't moving fast enough. So when I teed that up something serious, especially for my fellas. I was like, man, if I ever hear a motherfucker say some shit like that and you working with me at Atlas Creed Athletics, we gonna have some real fucking words because you wasn't thinking about how fast the scale gonna move when you was shoveling all that food down your face. You know what I mean? And it's like that hits on that delayed gratification. That's why the journey is so special because it teaches you that you got to be patient, that you got to wait. And I have to say, guys, this journey taught me so much about patience. It's like I got teenage kids. I got teenage kids and a 6-year-old. The me before, I didn't have a lot of patience for the way they would talk. I didn't have a lot of patience for things just not getting done exactly when I wanted to and all this other stuff. But it's like I think they see the difference and feel the difference because the shit that they say or the shit that they do, the old me would have snapped off immediately. But me and my true identity, I don't even want to say new identity. I want to say true identity. It's okay. It's really okay. It's nothing for me to flip out about. Nobody said, fuck you, dad, you this, you that. Nobody ever said that. It was just, hey, I don't agree with this because of that. All right, cool. I understand. But let's talk this out, right? Versus, well, you just gonna do what the fuck I told you to do because I'm your dad and I pay all the bills here. That guy's going, right? So now I'm more, equipped to want to listen. I'm more equipped to want to see things before reacting and stuff. And these are just small things that I noticed myself. And I was like, dang, I really would have spazzed out on that one time at one point in my life. But now, I'm not. And I actually appreciate the fact that that part of the journey taught me some real patience because I'm exercising a lot of patience right now. I told y'all when I went home, man, I had so much freaking watermelon and different kind of heavy carbs. I ain't really mess with no pasta or nothing, but heavy carbs as far as fruit. So for me, it's like I'm that much in tune with my body now. I know I'm holding the shit ton of water weight because when I was in the gym this morning, my lifts were next fucking level. I wasn't pressing as much. I wasn't lifting as much. So whenever I'm able to lift and press that much weight, it's simply because of these carbs that I had ingested over the last week or so. And it feels great. Those lifts feel amazing. But it's like now I'm going back into the state of now it's deficit even more now, because you gotta, granted, I still fit medium shirts. I'm in one now, right? I just fill it out a lot more because of the glycogen and the water storage. And I'm just like, dang, I was sitting here panicking. I was like, dang, I'm looking a little bit softer around the side, my lower back and my stomach. Like, what the fuck? Man, I was panicking for no reason, because it's like, dude, you didn't gain like fucking 30 pounds of fat. It's like, you got to think your body has been without all these things for so long that the one time it get it and it get it in that surplus, is going to hold on to it. It's like, bro, just get back on track and do what you do. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Because now I'm starting to feel it. I'm pissing a lot more. I'm using the bathroom a lot more. And it's like, I'm slowly but surely getting back to where I was before I ate all that fruit and stuff. So when I was writing last night, you know, in me journaling, you know, I was thinking about certain things when it comes to the mirror. I was thinking about certain things when it comes to that voice in my head, the things that I tell myself, the things that I would see that, you know, other people don't. Because even today, I went to Walmart. I'm still getting the, you know, still getting the, hey man, you look great, all these other things. But to me, I may not necessarily feel it, because it's like, dang, I put on like probably 8 to 10 pounds of fucking worth of water weight, and I feel it, you know, I feel it when I touch this or touch that. But to everybody else, it's like, dude, you still solid. What the fuck? That's the level of scrutiny that you get to when you own this journey, because you know where you started. You've tracked every inch, you've tracked every pound. So my journal entry last night was, the mirror finally changed, my inner voice didn't. So I looked in the mirror today, and for a second I actually saw him. Not the 315-pound version of me, not the man hiding beneath oversized shirts, which is, for a disclaimer, I love wearing oversized clothes when I'm working out. Not the man turning sideways in pictures, sucking in his stomach, you know, so I can try to perform like it's a fucking magic trick. I saw the man I've been working to become. My face was leaner, my shoulders are wider, my waist is smaller, my clothes fit the way I used to imagine they would. The mirror had finally changed, but almost immediately, my mind found something wrong. The lower stomach still looked soft. My back still wasn't lean enough. I didn't look as sharp as I did last week. Maybe I was holding too much water. Maybe I ate way too many carbs, which in real life I did. Maybe I need to lose another 5, 10 pounds. And just like that, the man standing in the mirror disappeared. Not physically, mentally. Because my reflection had changed, but the voice judging it didn't. That really fucked me up. I lost well over 125 pounds, and somehow the voice in my head still talks to me like I'm the biggest person in the fucking room. I can put on a shirt 3 sizes smaller and still pull it away from my stomach to make sure it isn't clinking like I did when I was a fat motherfucker. I can sit down in a chair, I know it can hold me, and I still feel that hesitation. I can see a picture where everybody else says I look incredible, and my eyes immediately search for the worst angle possible. Everybody else sees the transformation. I see the imperfections. I see the imperfections that survive that shit. And I'm starting to understand something. My body has been losing weight faster than my identity knows how to let it go. Because you can change your body in a year, but you can't always erase 20 years of shame at that rate of speed. For years, I trained my eyes to find what was wrong with me. I walked past mirrors and checked my stomach. I saw cameras and prepared to hate to take pictures. I entered rooms already assuming people would judge me because I was fat. I criticized myself before anybody else got that opportunity. That became protection for me. If I insulted myself first, nothing you say could surprise me or fucking hurt me. If I expected rejection, it wouldn't hurt as much. If I told myself I looked bad, then the mirror couldn't disappoint me. The voice wasn't born yesterday. I built that motherfucker over years. One embarrassing picture at a fucking time. One shirt that didn't fit at a time. One joke at my expense. One moment of feeling invisible. One promise to lose weight that I broke. One look in the mirror followed by, what the fuck happened to you? So why did I think losing the weight would automatically make that voice nice and kind to me? Why did I believe abs would teach it compassion? Why did I think a smaller waist would suddenly make everything forgettable, every cruel thing I ever said to myself? The mirror changed, but the voice kept using the same script. You're still not there. You still look fat. You need to lose more. Don't get comfortable. Don't let yourself go. Everybody's watching. Sometimes I wonder whether that voice is trying to motivate me or destroy me, because there is a difference. Motivation says, look how far you've come. Let's keep going. Punishment says, still ain't enough, big fella. And for a long time, I confused the two. I thought being hard on myself was the reason I succeeded. I thought if I ever gave myself credit, I would become weak. I thought satisfaction would make me lazy. So I kept moving the finish line. At 250, I said I'd be happy at 220. At 220, I needed to see 200. At 200, I wanted 195, then 190, then visible abs, then lower body fat, then no back fat, then no loose skin. Every time my body reached the destination, my mind had already booked another fucking flight. And I have to ask myself a really uncomfortable question. Am I still improving because I love who I'm becoming, or because I'm still trying to escape who I used to be? Because those are not the same fucking journey at all. One is built from purpose, the other is built from fear. And fear can get you impressive results. Look at me. Fear can wake you up early. Fear can make you count every fucking calorie. Fear can keep you from missing workouts. Fear can make you disciplined as fuck. But fear will never let you arrive. Because fear needs you to believe danger is always one meal, one missed workout, or 5 pounds away. Maybe that's why I keep checking. Checking the mirror, checking the scale, checking my stomach, checking whether the old me is coming back. Like he's some monster hiding underneath my skin waiting for me to relax. But maybe the old me isn't trying to make a comeback. Maybe he's just asking me to stop hating him, because he was me too. He was the man who survived the shame. He was the man who carried the pain. He was the man who kept trying, even after failing more times than he could count. He wasn't weak. He was hurting. And maybe that reason my inner voice hasn't changed, because I never taught myself a new language. I taught my body how to live. I taught myself how to eat. I taught myself how to wake up early. I taught myself how to keep promises. But I never taught myself how to look in the mirror without preparing for war. That may be the next phase of my transformation. Not losing another 10 pounds. Not chasing another number. Not becoming more impressive. Learning how to see myself accurately. To look at my body and acknowledge what still needs work, without pretending everything already accomplished means absolutely nothing. To understand that gratitude doesn't cancel ambition. I can appreciate my body and still improve it. I can be proud and still hungry. I can want more without telling myself that what I am right now ain't enough. Maybe real confidence isn't looking in the mirror and loving every single thing that you see. Maybe it's refusing to abuse yourself over the things you don't. Maybe healing is being able to say, that area still bothers me, but it does not define me. Because I didn't lose 125 pounds just to find a smaller body to hate. I didn't work that fucking hard to continue speaking to myself like an enemy. The mirror finally changed. Now I have to change the man standing behind my eyes. And I think that transformation may take longer than I anticipated. There's no calorie tracker for that. There's no body fat percentage. There's no weekly weigh-in for that. There are no before and current photos to prove that it happened. It happens quietly. The first time I seen a picture and I didn't immediately criticize it. The first time the scale rises and I don't panic. The first time I eat something unplanned and don't punish myself. The first time I look at my stomach and remember that the entire man instead of judging one small part of his body. Maybe that's how the voice changed. Not through one gigantic breakthrough, but every time it says you still aren't enough. And I can finally answer, that's not true no more. Because the mirror has already shown me what discipline can do to my body, now it's time for me to find out what compassion can do to my mind. And maybe one day, I'll look into the mirror, see the man everyone else has been seeing, and finally stop searching for the person who isn't there anymore. I thought the hardest part would be changing what I saw in the mirror. I never considered how hard it would be changing the voice that was looking back. I know that was a bit lengthy, but I really had to get those feelings out. I really had to write out what was going on in my head, because it's easy to get down on yourself when you 2 weeks ago, like, damn, Greek God status. But then today it's like, damn, why am I holding so much water? But then in retrospect, it's like, but I still look better than 90% of the motherfuckers that I walk by. I still feel like my medium shirts, and I still look great in the large. Like, what the fuck am I doing? I had to question those things, because this is what you're not taught. Guys, we're not taught to confront that voice. We're taught to track these calories. We're taught to track the macros. We're taught to, go in there and follow this workout routine. And if you can't do something modified, this is the part that keeps you sane. This is the part that makes sure that you can carry this positivity into the next transformation of your life. Because I literally feel like my physical transformation, it'll never be over, because I'm always going to want different things. And I'm always going to want to look and feel a certain way. That's just how I'm operating. That's just how my brain works. Because I finally realized that I can't control nothing but me. So I control what I eat, how much I eat, when I go to the gym, how much I lift and whatnot. That makes me feel good knowing that I can do those things. But it's almost scary to still look in the mirror and find something fucking wrong. And I don't look at other people. I don't look at me how other people look at me. I just don't, because you're not looking at it that way. You didn't have to live in my body for the last 10 years when I was like morbidly fucking obese, right? I had to live in my body. That shit was true. I'd come down harder on myself than anybody else could, so it couldn't bother me or hurt me. Nothing. And it didn't, my remedy was just make more money. That was it. Khalil, stop. That was the sorry about that. That was the remedy. Make more money. Because if you make more money, can't nobody judge you. Bull fucking shit. I put in both the groups I'm in today. I seen a big old dude today. Cool ass, I won't say cool ass brother, but by the way he was talking to his children, he seemed to be cool as fuck. Man was riding around Walmart in a fucking scooter. Man had front titties, side titties, back titties, and leg titties. I've never seen breast on legs before, but I wanted to squeeze them. That's how big they were. I was like, God damn, I thought something was wrong with me. I wanted to go over there and squeeze them together and get freaky in public. That's why I was like, damn, you can show titties in public like that. But that's how big he was, right? And he was riding on the fucking scooter. And what really upset me was this motherfucker got into a brand new Bentley. Not a regular Bentley either. I'm talking about a sexy fucking Bentayga. Had to be brand fucking new. No less than 5,000, no more than 5,000 miles on it. I'm a car guy. I know these things. I was like, what? It baffled me, because when I saw that, I was like, my God, if you realize the potential you have, if you lost all that fat on your body and you driving around in that, it just took me aback. It really did, because maybe that was me when I was pushing the Lambo. Maybe that was me. I just wasn't in a fucking a cart driving around getting groceries and shit. I was still walking, but I can only imagine looking like a fucking ice cream sundae, looking like some chocolate ice cream, walking around looking crazy. But I'm riding in this Lambo though. You know what I mean? Like, that took me aback, because it's like, dude, that still don't change the fact that nobody's gonna respect you for you. That fucked me up, because it just hit me so hard. I was like, bro, you driving a brand new Bentley, but you look like that. That Bentley don't even fucking matter no more because of how you fucking look. You don't respect yourself. So why am I going to... It hit me so deep, because I was like, that fucking was me in a sense. And now I can pull up in a Honda. Man, even with my baby girl today in Walmart, I'm not self-glazing, and these are all facts. My baby girl saw this shit. Oh, I can help you, sir. I was like, do you work here? She was like, no, but I heard her saying you was looking for ground turkey. It ain't gonna be over here, sweetheart. It's gonna be over here. I was like, oh shit. All right, thank you. You know what I mean? If I was some fat motherfucker, I don't think Miss Lady would have wanted to help me at all. And all I had on was a fucking black t-shirt, tank top, some shoes, and some joggers. That's it. Nothing expensive, nothing crazy. I'm a little heavy now because my son was like, hey man, you take this picture, man. I think it's cool. And I didn't want to take it off, because I was like, fuck it, it's a lot of work. But I go out regular as fuck and get more play than a fucking little bit, and I don't even fucking look for it. But if I look like that guy and I'm pushing a Bentley, he'll probably get some play. But you got to know what kind of play you gonna get. She's playing for your money. She ain't trying to settle with you. She see you driving that Bentayga and you probably live over here in fucking Mustang Lakes. Oh yeah, she know you got some bread, or she know you own something. She gonna get on you. She gonna get you for what you got, and then on the side, she gonna be fucking a motherfucker that look like me or one of my homeboys that's fit. Cause I got some homeboys that ain't so fit. But then want to joke on me, dang man, that crack diet work. Okay, I let him slide because I love him to death, and that's my friend. We and him could joke like that, but I wouldn't take that shit from nobody else. That'll quickly be, what the fuck you say to me? And I'm still at that. I found a lot of peace and clarity. Don't get me wrong, but I will still put hands on the motherfucker. Just like that, if I feel any ounce of fucking disrespect. But I don't take it as disrespect coming from him. Because for one, that fat motherfucker was there for me when nobody else was when I was going through a real dark time. I'm talking about Ali. But man, that's just the way me and him joke. But nobody else can do that. But I'm saying that to simply say, you can't depend on these financials. You can't depend on these materialistic things to substitute for having a fucked up body. I was that guy. I'm speaking from experience. I'm not just telling you some shit just to fucking tell you. That was my life, depressed as fuck. And I was still searching for shit that I couldn't get because I didn't have it together. I was like, I have money. I could buy this. I can go on vacation and do that. But I still was missing something. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all something very intimate that I ain't never shared this shit with nobody. 2021, I went to Cabo San Lucas. Me and my wife, or whatever at the time, we went to Cabo celebrating like our 2 year anniversary, because the year before we went to it was COVID, and we ended up going to Phoenix to see her mom. Stayed in a nice hotel, had a good time, and I was still a fat motherfucker then, but I got fatter in 2021. So COVID was kind of still there, but it wasn't there, but it was there. So we go and we have a great time, especially doing the little excursions and shit. I wanted to get on the zip line, but the weight limit was 300 pounds. 300 pounds. I stepped on the scale at like 301, 302. I was so embarrassed that they said that in front of her. I was just like, damn, like I don't get to do the zip line because I'm too fucking fat. Then I looked at the old pictures of that time. Like I had caught this big ass fish, this marlin, changed t-shirts because I had a lot of blood on it and shit. Bro, I was fat as fuck. Even as early as the other day, my homeboy Brandon Newey, he showed me a picture of our first golf tournament together. And I didn't even recognize the motherfucker in the picture. But my mind still looks at me like that. My mind is still telling me I'm that guy. I could look into the camera now and say, damn, okay, I got a leaner face. I got broader shoulders. I got definition now. But in that picture, I can't say that. And my mind tells me you still that fat motherfucker right there. Not in every aspect, but in some. That voice is still there. And I don't want to say it's fear that keep me in the gym. Honestly, I love the fact that I get to go to the gym every morning. Because for one, it's an opportunity for me to take some kind of control or command of my life in that moment. So I love to walk to the gym. Even like today is supposed to be a fucking rest day. I cheated on a rest day. Yeah, I'm the first motherfucker to cheat on a rest day. I was just supposed to go and get 10,000 steps. Now, I was like, I did chest on Friday like I was supposed to, but I don't think I pushed myself hard enough. Let me really go in and do it. Because I know at a gym I'm familiar with, I'm going to work my ass off a little bit more versus hopping around gyms where I'm from because I don't have a membership there. But I come back here and I work my fucking ass off and I feel it and I love it. So that voice, it's not, for me, it's not a fear of, oh, you're going to get fat again, people watching. I don't give a fuck who's watching because life happens. I have changed my identity to believe in myself, to know that regardless of what's going on in my life, if I decide to eat bad today, I don't fucking care because I still went to the gym. I'm still going to put in that work. You know what I mean? And I get it. You can't outwork a bad diet, but I did more shit than you and you just sitting on your ass fucking eating. Dead ass. And I feel like more men don't understand how to cope with a lot of those pressures when they do drop a significant amount of weight. Because I can look through comments on my old video or some of my older videos. Man, I went from 270 to 160 and back up to 280. I was like, how the fuck did that even happen, right? And it's the mental part. That's it. Something happens or you have that one meal and instead of getting back on track, that one meal turned into a plethora of fucking bad meals. And then you're not even going to the gym no more because you just got the fuck it mindset. Guys, for what? None of us are perfect. I'm not even a fitness influencer who out here parading around with a shirt off and shit. I'm going to get to that point. And when I do, like I said, ain't no mirror safe around me now. It ain't going to be one safe then. But I have enough here and here to understand that I'm going to have some pasta sometimes. I'm going to have a burger. But the burger is shit that I make. It's going to be something that I made just over the calories that I'm supposed to have. Or the pasta that I eat is going to be protein pasta, and I'm just going to have more of it because I can. Guys, that's cool. I took away one of the evils for another versus going to Olive Garden and fucking some shit up. God knows what they put in their shit. All those sneak calories with the olive oil and shit. At least I'll be able to control it. At least I can get some protein pasta. I can get some cottage cheese, make that fine. Put my low-fat cheese in there, put some skim milk to make it a little more creamy. Put that into the protein pasta. Get me some shrimp, get me some chicken, dice that up. Get me some more fat-free cheese to pour over that shit, put it in the oven, and make my own version of a healthy macaroni. I'm not counting how many scoops and shit are going to be how many calories and this much of that. I'm not going to give a fuck. I just have a taste for macaroni. I've been working my ass off. I want it, but I'm going to do it the healthy way. And granted, I'd rather have it that way because y'all know how black folks in the South is. My folks can fucking cook. One scoop of my mom's fucking mac and cheese, probably 500-600 calories. But the way I'll do it, it'll probably be way less than half of that. and I can eat more of it, but I probably won't even eat that much of it because I'm gonna be full. You know what I mean? So these are the choices that I'm making moving forward because I'm still gonna indulge in these things. My identity has just simply shifted to making it a better, healthier option. Here in America, we have that. Straight up. I made a mistake today. Bought the wrong fucking yogurt. I thought I bought the 000 Oikos. I just bought the vanilla because I looked at the protein instead of looking at the fucking calories like I trained myself to do. I just saw, oh shit, 22 grams of protein, bet. But I didn't see the 160 calories per 170 grams. But on the Oikos, it's only 100. I was like, damn. So that's an extra 60 calories. And I had 2 servings of this shit each time, 340 grams. Shit, that's 320 calories, but it's like 40 something grams of protein. All right, cool. I'm still in my deficit because I did this much in the gym today, and I still got over 10,000 steps. I know I'm okay. But had I not went to the gym today or did what I was supposed to do that I promised myself my shit I would do, I would be in a world of hurt right now. Because at that point, I'm like, okay, I done let myself down for real. That's still not fear. That's my routine at this point. Simple. Don't let that voice put the fear in you guys. Because yeah, you're gonna miss a workout. You might get injured. You might have to modify some shit. You might miss a meal, or you might eat an unplanned meal. I ate 4 or 5 or 6 unplanned meals, but I still got my protein in. I still went to the gym that day. Every day that I was home, I put in fucking work. That's why I don't feel as guilty about having this little tire that I think is such a big tire, but it's really not. It's gonna go away in about a week because it ain't nothing but fucking water and fucking glycogen. But that's how in tune I am. And that's how in tune you guys are going to get whenever you decide to go ahead and go into my description, book that Calendly, talk to me so we can get you right on track. It's okay to it's going to be all real with me. I'm not any of these fitness people that's going to tell you, oh, you have to do this shit year round. You going to do this and that. You know, I'm not on no shit. This GLP-1 Ozempic shit, I don't fuck with none of that. All this shit is all natural. And I love the fact that I can do it naturally because it's going to take me longer and I'm going to keep it longer. Yeah, let them guys, those Ozempic fellas, more power to you. If shortcuts are your way, let it be your way. I'd rather this shit take me another year to get the perfect body that I envision for myself than to do it in 3 to 6 months and have to worry about growing another head out the side of my neck because of some shit I put in my body just to get fast results. That's not a supplement. People using that because they want to, lose weight. You want to lose, and that's what I tell people all the time, guys, you don't want to lose weight. Oh, no, I just want to tone up. Bitch, when you tone up, you simply losing fat around your muscle to reveal it, which means you have to lift weights, which means you have to eat in a caloric deficit, which means you actually have to fucking work out and do cardio too. No, I can just take the Ozempic and it'll reveal that. What is it going to reveal? You haven't built anything underneath. Well, I'm just going to bulk first and then do that. What you mean bulk? How you going to bulk? Well, I'm going to eat and I'm going to lift heavy and I'm going to eat. Well, what are you going to eat? Everything. That's how you bulk. Guy overseas, Ricardo Hamlin, great guy. That was his remedy. I'm just bulking. But, bro, you eating curry chicken and burgers and shit every fucking day. You're putting on fat. That's not muscle. So when you lose the fat, you're really not going to even gain no size. You're just going to reveal what you already had because you didn't add any muscle. You just kept putting on more fat. Now, if you eating like you're supposed to, if you eating your salmon, you eating your chicken, you eating your broccoli and all these things, you just eating it in a surplus, yes, you're going to build muscle. That's just what it is. And then whenever you taper that shit down to reveal it and you just cut the calories, but you eating the same food, you're going to pop even better. I don't know no other way to explain it. But what I will say is keep fighting. That voice is going to try to fuck with you. It's been trying to get at me all week. But I still fit in these medium shirts and I definitely still fit in these motherfucking larges too. It doesn't bother me because I know in a couple weeks I'll be back to normal. You just got to stay on your grind, got to stay on your shit. Don't negotiate with that gym. Don't negotiate with your food. Don't negotiate with any of those things that you promised yourself you was going to change. And until then, you have to stay on top of that shit. No matter what your brain telling you. Remember what I told y'all. Your brain is designed to keep you comfortable. Your brain is designed to protect you because it's going to perceive that you in some kind of state of, oh, he's not eating. He ain't doing this. Something ain't right. You got to fight that shit every fucking step of the way because you have to know what's best for you. Your brain is only trying to protect you from you being great. That'll hurt you. and it's there to help you. But you have to decide which one is going to be the hurt and the help. All right. So that was a real deep journal entry for me. It didn't take me a lot to write it, but it took me a lot to want to even share it because, being transparent sometimes is you being vulnerable, and I don't mind being vulnerable, especially about this journey because I got to talk about the shit that other people ain't talking about. Anybody can get on here and talk, what happens to them when they get in shape and all this other stuff. It's an amazing feeling. I promise you it is. Like, getting hit on at first it was cool, but now it's just like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like it's not appealing to me no more. I don't even care for that shit. I understand the method behind it. A woman gonna love a man who can lead himself. If he can lead himself, he can lead her. But I also made mistakes in that area in the past. When you make somebody your whole fucking world, that's a lot of pressure for somebody. And especially when you're not taking care of yourself and leading yourself, it's doomed to fail. That's why I try to preach to the fellas, man. Get your alignment with God and find your purpose. And then if you do find a significant other, make her a part of your world, not your world. Because then you can still do for yourself. You can still do things. Took me a long time to figure that shit out. And I finally got it. And I'm not ashamed or afraid to admit it. It took for me to get in the best shape of my life to understand the things around me that I should have knew years ago. But it's okay, you live and you learn. I know we're not put here to stay, but while we're here, we got to learn every day. And while we're here learning, we're not playing them fucking away games.